This is UnitedGosus produced video from Longdao and Merlin Schumacher, and we will present you Longdao's YCS Prague Qliphort deck. It's not exactly the same list because he's been still working on it, but you get a good idea about what was his list like. Because here you can see he was running a very special Qliphort deck, very trap heavy, and not that many monsters. Long, can you explain to us why you chose not to run that many monsters?
Because if you play against Necros, you don't want to have monsters because they clog in your hand, and usually you want like trap cards to 1-for-1 their cards and then just scout plus every round and just win. Because scout is the best card in the deck. If you don't open scout, you don't win with the normal version either because you need it. If you don't draw scout, you have traps to get time to draw your scout. So that's why I played many traps. And like it's really strong against Necros, but in Prague I only played 2 Necros and 5 Rogue decks.
Yeah,
so
and this
really
deck's
unlucky.
struggling against rogue decks. Can you explain us why you play 3 drastic drop-offs and 3 Medallion Knights?
Drop-off is like Mind Crush against Necros, and but it's better. Like it's not better, but it does the same. But Mind Crush, you need a card in your hand, and usually you don't have a card in your hand because you only play trap cards. And yeah, and it's really good because sometimes you see when they like fish their deck, like for Valkyries every round to get their MST, you just like you drop off the draw phase and maybe hit their MST or something. That's really strong.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Medallion Knight, it's like it's against everything. You can activate like you have no monster in your graveyard, so it's like a good counter to Trishula, Exciton. Exciton not so strong, but Castel, like all effects. It's really strong because it is card Vernac, you Medallion Knight, or it's really strong in the side after game 2 and 3 because of the hands. Because they crush, you can Medallion Knight their hands. So that was the main reason why I played Medallion Knight, because game 2 and 3, and because it's a solid card game 1 too, so I don't waste space in my side deck.
Okay, that's pretty cool. It's like a Divine Wrath and doesn't have a cost.
Yeah.
I really like it. Alright, let's see. We will play a match now, and let's see if we find a good opponent. We'll just go into random pool on rated DN. It's the last day of the list, so we should still find some people eager to duel. And then you can look forward to a couple more UG videos coming up next month, and we'll try to be more active on this channel and make more videos, so really look forward to it, and tune in, subscribe, and thumbs up whenever you like. Alright, let's see what we get as a partner. It'll be mainly Long playing and me commentating, but yeah, you'll see. It'll be fun.
If we find someone. Oh yes.
Oh yeah, there we go. Let's see, we play against a guy called World Demitable. Let's see if he's playing a competitive deck.
And with his deck, you never want to start, so that's really good. If you go second.
Yeah, this deck's literally got no benefit from starting except for setting his floodgates first. But then again, you start with a -1 and you don't want to do that in a deck like this. Okay, Long, what do you think about this hand against Attila Knights?
Moonlight is not good. Definitely not.
But the rest is pretty good, isn't it?
It's okay. The problem, if you scout and he has the alpha, you have 2 Medallion Knights which are dead, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, so we might want to slow play here and try to get rid of his monsters and get a use out of Medallion Knights first. And there's no point in risking Scout right now. That's another fact about the deck which makes it pretty unique. You do not play Scout as soon as you get it, like unlike other Qliphort builds do. You try to hold on to your Scout until you can get definite advantage out of it. I really like the playstyle of this deck, because I've always been kind of an anti-meta player, and this really suits me. Okay, let's see what he's up to. Okay, he'll just suck the Mirror Force and then try to go Altair main 2. And then Medallion Knight kicks in. And if it does, we're in a good shape, because if he's got the Alpha, it'll be dead. and if he doesn't, well, that's alright still. Yeah, he's thinking, so he's definitely got the alpha. Alright. Alter got negated. This is where alpha is not that good anymore because it's okay and we only have one dead card if it happens. Okay, so does he still main the MSTs? Yes, he does. That's still alright, like, if he doesn't have another Deneb, we'll still be in good shape. Oh god, he's got another Altair. This rate, yeah, well, I would probably have played Emptiness because otherwise he can just overlay and do shady XYZ plays. Stuff like Bujin Tsukiyomi, yeah. Well, it's okay still though. Just need to get to another scout now.
This deck was only to beat Necros. The other matchup, it's not that good. But game 2 and 3 with hands, oh, and monster was good.
Yeah, we're back in shape. Yeah, I believe hands help tremendously against such matchups. Wait, did you just throw away an alpha?
He does.
Wow. What a greedy bastard. See, and that's where the deck gets really strong, because the longer we can keep up this back row setting setup game, the stronger our field becomes. Oh wow, he's got another MST. Well, if he's also still got another Nova set, we're in trouble. Oh wow, and he's got a Regeki. Yeah, well. This is pretty gay. Okay, and this is where the big side kicks in. I think, yeah, you want to side out a couple drop-offs, don't you?
I like drop-off.
Okay.
How many did I miss? One, right?
See, this is where you see how much Long hates drawing monsters. He's already on a 6, 7, like 8 monster count, which are 3 are scouts, and he's actually siding out another stealth because he's siding in hands and he really doesn't want to draw too many monsters. Alright, we even got a watcher there. Alexi Vire. Hey there, shout out. Okay, let's see this hand. Yeah, this hand looks decent, doesn't it?
I don't know why I keep drawing monsters.
That's just the end. It's like the more little like you play, the more you draw.
If I could, I would only play one monster, but that's not enough.
Yeah. You still need your pendulum scales, don't you?
Yeah, that's good.
Well, and more monsters. Ice and fire hand in the first hand. That's actually not a bad hand though. It's okay. Really depends on what his set cards are. Yeah, I would probably go for the fire hand and crush, and then rely on skill drain and Fiendish Chain. The question at hand here is, do you want to go for the scout play and draw it as MSTs so your skill drain is secure, or do you not want to do that? That's
Usually, if I get the scout effect off, I don't, because hand is always it's shit. Hands are always a 1-for-1 if I have scout, so that's pretty okay. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, the thing is, if you wanted to keep the scout, because I think he's got at least one MST or Twister, stuff like that set.
But then you have to fight against Skildren and finishing in hands.
Yeah, that's what I thought, so I'm trying to draw it out here. Okay, he does not have it, or does not want to activate it. Cool. So we get another good trap. That's pretty cool about this build as well. It can also search its own skill drain on a regular basis. Alright, let's see what you got. There was no call in the end phase, that's okay. It's got a Raigeki for the hand. Fair enough.
Wow.
Like, not like we care. Yeah, just recreate, he already knows. There we go with the Twister, and there we go with the skill drain. And he's got another MST. Well, what? So we get three monster effect negating traps, and he's got 2 MSTs, basically. Well, and this is where it gets interesting, because now we got all the plays, and Scout sticks to the field and gives us advantage every turn. Also, we got huge beat sticks, we got Stealth and another skill drain in hand. This is pretty good. Let's see what we can do there. Stealth Summon is fine, sacrifice on it to make it a floater, and off we go. Fiendish Chain, wow, that's a big stealth now. That guy is desperate. Yeah, this game 2 is in the sack, can't lose it. Scout will just keep searching beats. There we go with the next stealth. And stealth can even bounce his back row to make it all secure, or bounce your own Fiendish Chain. It's so versatile, I love stealth. I'm actually thinking about testing Qliphort's with the next ban list as well, just because nobody will expect it and Necros have stopped citing so much spell trap removal. And it's still a pretty good deck, and Towers is still a huge threat. Well, yeah. So right now, he's got like infinite disadvantage, and we got all the plays. Well, you know you're in good shape when your duality picks an opposite goblin out of boredom. Well, what do you think? Is there any way we can still lose this?
No. How?
No way.
Impossible.
Yeah, and this is where you can see the real strength of the deck. It creates the situation for your opponent where they have to deal with your board, your floodgates, and your scout at the same time. And once you got your setup, yeah, he got it. That's it. Once you got your setup, it's almost unbeatable. What do you think about siding one Mirror Force again? Because Mirror Force seems really good in a matchup where you might lose to small monsters beating you down due to you not drawing monsters.
I got 6 hands, so I don't think it's necessary.
It's also a card that draws out the alpha. It's just like, you know, I'm a big fan of Mirror Force. I really like the card so much. I used to love it like back in the days, and then kept playing random copies in my decks. Oh yeah, we start a scout. That's cool. If you didn't have the sacrifice in hand, would you search for climate change with the scout?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's usually the first turn. The first scout goes for climate change, so you can't use MST on scout, and that's a really good play. But now I have the sacrifice, so I don't need to do that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, there's another scout anyway. Might as well turn into a monolith. Okay. Yeah, that's so cool. I love that about the deck as well. It fake sets all his cards. It's so nice. The opponent will always have to fear all your back row because you have so many good traps. And then if you set a Summoner's Art, it's just double the threat. Your opponent does not know it's a Summoner's Art, so you can really effectively fake set cards.
Usually, if I would play game 1, I would start with double scout. But in this situation, if I start with double scout and he has like hands to clear my monster, I always need like 2 turns to get back to the monster's sacrifice to bounce my scout effect. You can do it game 1, but game 2, if you play this deck, you can do that. So
yeah, it blocks yourself as well. It locks you out of pendulum summons. Oh wait, lol. What? Anti-spell fragrance chained on a scout effect.
Lost.
What is he up to? Ah, Mind Crush. That's okay. Long. How good was it to set that, what was it? The,
Summoners are?
yeah.
Pretty good.
Wait. You can't show him your deck. You have to show your hand.
Oh. Oh, that's not good.
What a misclick. That misclick. No, wait. I would have played really aggressive here. Because he cannot even play the Raigeki off the top because he has to set it 1 turn as well. Probably would have went for the extra 1600 damage with Firehand.
I want to keep it if he has Exoton. Like if you have Artea and go to Exoton, that's why I activate Summoners Art.
Okay. Yeah, and that's where we see the weakness of Recreate, because Recreate is always Chain Link 1. He can just use all his trigger effects up in summon. Okay, getting his Vega to hand, that tells us he's already got an Altair probably. And he commits to the field. I mean, probably at least one of those cards is a spell. Looked to me like his own anti-spell fragrance was blocking on him. But that anti-spell fragrance will not be around for long, I guess. Okay, yeah, well, since Sacrifice and Helix will be chain link 1, 2, 3 respectively, with Climate Change being chain link 1, Stealth can always make him, impede him from chaining anything. That's pretty useful. Yeah, at this rate we're so much up in card advantage. It's unreal. And we still got tons of good plays. Okay, Pendulum Sum successful, and we will draw 1 card in the end phase if that stays alive, which I think it will right now. Yep. And our field's still huge, and you got a lot of traps. See, that's like a slower and more conservative way of playing Qli, but it's very stable, and you will always have a really good grind game.
Like, that's why you don't need to play a lot of monsters. You have Scout.
Yeah, if you got the Scout, you are good.
And a lot of people play like 8 to 10 Qliphort monsters, and when they lose, they always say, yeah, I tried too many monsters, so okay, why don't you play less? And no one did that before, but I was really unlucky, so...
Yeah, I think he got the idea that he's losing this one. Yeah, I really like the idea. It's just such a different approach to playing Qliphort. Yeah, and there we go. Now we saw why this deck can be really good. And I think I might take a similar approach to Qliphort for the next format, except for we only have 2 Scout and 1 Sacrifice, which is a big blow to it, but I think
a lot of people like dropped their hands in their side deck and played no Fairwinds and changed the Twister. Like, it got hit, but it's not that hard. Like, as you can see, I only played 2 Sacrifice because I only played so many less monsters. So I think it's even possible to only play 1. I tested with 1, and it was decent. But sometimes, like in a mirror, I need the second one. But if there is no mirror, you can play 1 Sacrifice and you're fine. So
yeah, because I think the majority of Qliphort players will just change to Necros now because they think that the deck is actually dead. But I think it is not. So we can easily try a different approach.
The main problem is you need other floodgates. Like Skill Drain and Emptiness, they were huge against Necros, and now you need other cards to like stand alone. Maybe Grave of Ancient.
The super ancient organism.
Yeah, that's pretty good, but it loses to Exoton. Like maybe Trap Tricks Nightmare is the new solution. Like I think Qliphort is really strong because people drop their MSTs.
Yeah, they just don't expect it anymore, and every unexpected deck is still good if it's still inherently good. And I think Qliphort lost a lot of his strength, but it's not a bad deck now. And Towers is still such a huge threat. Unlike Long, I would always play Towers and Qliphort because I just love those monsters your opponent doesn't have many outs to. Like, I really love to put out 1 big monster and your opponent has to deal with it, and if they can't, they just lose. That's more my playstyle, but that's the difference between the 2 of us.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, thanks for watching, and look forward to a couple more videos coming up soon, and yeah, that was it, UG Production. Thanks, guys!